welcome to session 6. We've made it through all 6 sessions of On the Move, and I can't believe we've made it this far. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of it, and I do apologise for running behind schedule with session 5 and session 6. Session 5 and session 6 are now coming out together, and this video will be a nice wrap up and also talking about styling and give you a bit of a recap. So in session 5, you got to see me go through a corner in my room and put it together into a little vignette to demonstrate how corners can be set up in rentals to make them look really nice and realistic. Look, we aren't in a position where we can be super high-end with our design, and I don't have a lot of control over the space. So realistically, when you're renting, what you do have control of are the items that you place in it and how you put them together to then create the style. And that is what I think is the most important thing to remember when styling and making a rental feel like your home. We've spoken a lot about styling and the items and where you can buy them from, but what I really want to make clear is that it is all about how you put it together, and I did mention that just a few seconds ago. So it is about getting your scales right and getting your items correct. So all your soft furnishing pieces, such as your cushions, your throws, your vases, your pot plants, your candles, your books, all of them. Those are the items that are really going to make a difference. Those are the items that need to be around in place and not in a cluttered way, but in a very relaxed or even in a vignette style. So vignettes are creating little still lifes so that it makes it look like it's styled. And I did mention this in session 5, but I think it's important that we go through it again. And it is about putting certain elements together, like on a coffee table or a side table or a bedside table, or even such as my bar back here, my 80s bar. Anyone want to join me for a drink? Please feel free to come down. My 80s bar and my shelves, they're all put together in a way that's sort of like a little vignette. And a great tool for a vignette is like, if you can think about it as a photo and you can go up to it and you can snapshot it like a photo for Instagram, where you've got a high element, the medium high element, and the small element, which I talked about in session 5, then you're able to sort of go, okay, that's a snapshot. That's something that I could put onto Instagram or demonstrate to tell a story. So it's telling a story, or it's creating a little bit like a still life, like an artwork is how I would describe it. And that is a really good way to think of it. To think about it as in taking a photograph that's telling a story in items, and then that is how you create a really nice vignette. Now, I don't know if that resonated with you, and if it doesn't, please don't take it with a grain of salt, and do some research into vignettes and how to put them together. I will describe it in the newsletter as well, and give some more tips on how to create them. So to recap the 6 sessions, we've spoken all about research and location and your checklist on what's important for you in living and finding your rental. Now, this is so critical. Make sure that you really do a lot of research into wherever you're moving, especially if you don't know a lot about it. It will really inform you and help you make the right decision. Now, session 2 was all about, adapting spaces and making the spaces work for you. And then we had working with all the ugly features. I mean, you just have to make do, unfortunately. You're not going to always get everything when it comes to rentals. There will be some things that you'll just have to live with. And I mean, it adds a bit of character. What can you do? It's ugly. We just have to make it work the best way we can. Then we looked at trends and how they work in spaces and how they really help with rentals, because basically it allows you to mix and match and change things up really easily and quickly and cost effectively. Then we looked at styling and negative space, which we talked about, I think it was back in session 2, but we recapped it in session 5 to show you how to put together a section of your space or your home and make it look really funky and nice. And then we're in session 6, which is the final session, which is basically just a recap and a little bit further tips on the styling. Now, I hope you've really enjoyed being with me on the Move. I really appreciate your time and your patience. I would really love to turn this more into an educational program. If you have gained a lot from it, please let me know. If you haven't, also, please let me know. I would really love to know your feedback and your thoughts. Thanks again for being a part of it, and don't forget to hashtag on the move. Thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.